This week on the program, legal practitioners discuss the proposed NGO bill. The need for special courts to handle corruption cases is our focus in our interview segment. And later, restructuring Nigeria is also on the table of discussion, and Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Olisa Agbakoba, helps us with that. Welcome to Law Weekly. I'm Victoria Idowu. The NGO bill, which was sponsored by Honorable Umar Jubril in June 2016, if passed, will enlarge governmental powers to regulate and monitor funds and operations of non-governmental organizations and civil society organizations. Out of the several bills seeking to be regulated by the non-profit organizations in Nigeria, the NGO bill has received greater attention from people. I had a chat with two legal practitioners, Mr. Johnson Ogunbile and Mrs. Lola Idowu, on their thoughts on the bill.
I've read through the bill and I realize that Section 7 is very, very essential and very important. In fact, because of Section 7, I go for the bill. Section 7 places the responsibility on the Commission to look at the funding of the NGO and ensure that funding comes from the right sources. Funding does not come from money laundering, and funding goes to the purpose for which the NGOs were set up in the first place. And it also ensures that the programs of the NGO aligns with national interest, because so many times the directions of the NGO run contrary to national interest. The national interest is one and is captured in the vision of the federal government. So every other group that must exist under the government must align their plans and programs to conform with national interest. You can't be going in the direction of A and the government is going in the direction of B. So there must be an harmonization of interest. And if the Commission will ensure that interest of the programs of the NGO are harmonized to conform with the programs of the government, then so be it. Makes it a good bill, a good law.
But if you look at the section in this proposed bill, it's written there that the decision of the minister is final. Also, if you look at section 29 of the bill, it says that assets of the NGOs, once the people maintaining the trustees are found wanting, it will be forfeited to the government as the trustee of the people. So that means the government wants to act as judicial. They asked the courts from adjudicating on the assets, but allowed our legal system to adjudicate on finding people in contravention of this law, 500,000 or 18 months imprisonment. So how can a body take on the functions of the legislator, take on the functions under the executive, and take on the functions of the court, and now cherry pick what the courts can adjudicate upon? So to me, it is a very dangerous law.